Today could be the final day of testimony in the Michael Jackson manslaughter trial.
On Wednesday, Dr. Conrad Murray was brought to tears in court as defense witnesses praised his medical skills and compassion. CBS News national correspondent Ben Tracy has the story.
That man sitting there is the best doctor I've ever seen.
One by one, 5 of Conrad Murray's former patients came to his defense.
I'm alive today because of that man.
I have never had a doctor that was more caring.
Murray was moved to tears Wednesday as his grateful patients took the stand as character witnesses.
He's a great guy.
They say the Dr. Murray they knew from his time as a Houston cardiologist was diligent, kind, and not out for money.
You did not see a sign when you walked in that say pay at the time services rendered.
For 3 weeks, prosecutors argued that Murray was in it for the money and in way over his head. They say he gave Michael Jackson what he wanted, the powerful anesthetic propofol to help him sleep, turning the singer's bedroom into a pseudo-hospital room.
It's been 4 weeks where he's been battered, where the prosecution has accused him of being incompetent, uncaring, unforgiving in terms of his quality of care. And so these witnesses, they help to humanize Conrad Murray, but I don't know that it changed and eradicated and eviscerated 4 weeks of testimony where he's been battered and bruised. I don't think that changed.
The big question remaining, will Dr. Murray testify?
If I were his lawyer, the way this trial has been going, as poorly as it has gone for him, I would strongly consider that option. And we're going to know that answer very soon.
The defense is expected to finish this week, and then Dr. Murray's fate is in the hands of the jury. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And joining us now is Jean Casarez, who's covering the Jackson trial as a correspondent for TruTV's In Session. Jean, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, after weeks of being blasted like we've seen on the stand, Dr. Murray now visibly moved yesterday as the witnesses testified to his character, like we heard in the piece a second ago, trying to humanize this man. You were in the courtroom. Let me ask, did it work? How did it play with the jury?
It was emotional in that courtroom because this was the doctor that everybody wants. We heard story after story of someone that was kind and caring, who explained procedures, who, if someone didn't have money, treated them anyway, bought prescriptions for people if they couldn't afford them. But then on cross-examination, that's the thing, the prosecutor got to say, well, did he do propofol on you? No. Did he do the procedure in your bedroom? No. Did he not have any monitors when he did the procedure? No. So the prosecution got their point out, but it definitely was a good day for the defense because the jury is left saying, well, wait a minute. This looks like a really good doctor. So what happened? Well, maybe Michael Jackson exerted his power, his influence, and he wanted that medication, but it doesn't override the fact of the standard of care that prosecutors say was violated.
All right, the big question that still remains unanswered, will Dr. Murray take the stand in his own defense? Have you been given any indication? I know the judge has spoken with him about it. Any indication that he's going to do this?
Most people say no, but listen to this. You know, in every trial, the judge constitutionally is required to advise the defendant of his constitutional right to take the stand if he wants to, or his constitutional right to remain silent. Well, the judge told the defense a couple days ago he was going to advise the defendant outside the presence of the jury. And Ed Chernoff, lead counsel, said, but, Your Honor, you don't have to do that. He's got 4 counsel. We can talk with him. And the judge said, no, independently, I need to ask him. And the minute I heard that, because I've heard this many times and it never goes like this, I said, I think he might want to testify. So the judge yesterday, outside the presence of the jury, went on and on, Chris, for 10 minutes saying it is your right. No one can stop you if you want to testify, and just really apprising him. He hasn't asked him yet, but he's going to. Outside the presence of the jury, Conrad Murray has to respond what his choice is, his personal choice.
Do you think he does need to testify in order to win this case?
Oh, it will be a tough cross-examination. There are things the defense does not want to come out that would come out if he takes the stand, but yet there are questions that the jury may want to know. So by taking the stand, maybe they'll have some answers and will have some compassion for what the defense wants to show is a good doctor that was under the influence of Michael Jackson.
All right, we will wait and see. Jean Casarez, thank you so much. Appreciate you reporting for us from Los Angeles this morning.
Thank you.